Hello and welcome to another episode of The Untold. This is the show where we bring guests and we discover their untold stories. I'm your host Abdullah Al-Hindiani. I'm joined by my colleague.
I am Marzuq Saeed, and I think for today's guest that we're gonna make college story for ourselves.
Yeah, so for today's episode of The Untold, we have another one of the artist, spotlight episode. We have Fatma AlQallaf, who's a college artist. And honestly, if you go to her social,
Media.
media accounts, she's an amazing artist. She has paintings. I don't know what they call collage. Is it paintings, drawings, art pieces, whatever they call them? She makes them beautifully.
Of course, and if you would like to know more about college art and the process from the idea to the implementation, then this episode gonna be very important. Welcome back, our dear viewers, especially those of you who are creative. Our life is like a college art. We cut some habits and we paste new habits. We cut some visions and we put new goals and visions that we will love to be like. And for those of you who are not familiar with college art and would like to know how we can make your own college vision, then today I have the expert with us, Fatma AlQallaf, college artist. Welcome, Fatma.
Hello, Marzouk, and hello, Mohammed.
Well, my mom used to call me Mohammed.
Really?
Yeah, but I'd like to go by Abdullah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my son is Abdallah.
Yeah, well, two good names, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi,
So,
Abdallah.
hello again. I'd
Hi.
like to first welcome you on the show. It's amazing to have artists on The Untold. And I think for a lot of people, for me as well, the million-dollar question is, what is collage art?
Okay, so collage art is the art of cutting and gluing things on each other to create something that can be delivered to other people or yourself as a message or something you want to express.
That's really awesome. I can remember back in the days I used to do cutting some magazines pictures, for my favorite artists, and then like having a small book where I take like the glue and then paste them. I didn't know it's called collage art. But for me it started like around maybe 7 years. Our dear viewers, when was the time where it started for you? And for you, Fatma, when was the time you first began doing that beautiful art?
Oh, well, I started doing it since I was 16, but I knew that it's called collage art maybe around 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah, and I used to do it intuitively, but then I knew there are techniques and ways, and it has a message in it, and how it was used to be, and I've learned a lot about
Really?
it.
So it's not like just cutting a picture and then posting it randomly.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, especially young kids, have turned to collage art at some point, right? We've all gotten some pieces of magazines
Yes.
and try to recreate our favorite football player, right? But you mentioned techniques. Like, what are the techniques that are involved to call it a collage art?
So collage art has so many techniques. It's one of them is like to show something. The World War II, they used to use collage to express their anger and how they were feeling about the
Oh,
war.
the soldiers.
No, I mean the citizens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they used to create pictures sarcastically
Yeah,
about the
comics
war.
sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you mentioned when you were young, you used to do this. It's actually the beauty of collage. It takes you to the purest version of yourself, where it used to be not judged or knowing that there are things that should be right or wrong,
Yeah.
and makes you express in a way that where you feel free. And that's the joy of the experience.
Yeah, I think there's some kind of, exterior or superior kind of talent where you see a lot of images and then you create your own image. I think there's a lot of talent there.
It's like multitasking at the same time.
Yeah,
It's actually when you activate your imagination.
yeah.
You allow yourself to recreate things. It's already there, but you have your own point of view in expressing in a different way. So you know how sometimes we go for a remix in a music or a
Yes.
song. It actually makes it different, but in the same way, has the same meaning,
Yeah.
but it gives it different vibes.
It's like adding your personal touch to
Yes,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's really lovely. And sometimes, like I look at college art from outside, I think it's kind of like maybe a chaos or like randomness. So is that the case, or there's like specific way when you are doing your college art?
You know that the average human has around 2,500 to 3,300 per hour, the amount of thoughts. So you might see it, the result looks like a chaos, but it's actually it depends on how the person creating it and how the other person receiving it.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, it's a different point of view as we see things in life. When you see the art, it's the difference way, different who created it to the one who actually look at it. So it's about the experience of expressing. It might seem during the period of creating it that it looks like a chaos because we have a lot of thoughts and emotions
Yes.
and these kind of things, but we express them through pictures.
Okay.
We can go from starting 2 pictures to 250 pictures and even more. But the idea of it is actually reaching a point where you can find yourself knowing what you're thinking of and how you're feeling, and it makes you manage your emotions and thoughts.
Yeah. And also, I think there's some, I mean, for me personally, it's like an optical illusion, right? Because with the collage art that I've seen, and also from browsing your profile, the further you go away from the art, the clearer it becomes.
Yeah.
But then when you get closer, you can find all of the different pieces that makes
Details.
it. So I think there's beauty in there, right? You know,
Exactly.
at far distance, it's a complete picture, but up close, it's like, you know, you see the cracks and everything. It's beautiful.
It's like it looks like us.
Yeah.
We are a whole body, but we actually much more from the inside.
Yeah, much more
other than the
complicated.
physical, yes, other
Yeah.
than the physical form of us, we have the emotions and thoughts and these kind of things, and our inner experience. This is the same because it's not one thing.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot of during our lifetime. So each time you experience it, you have a different state, and each state looks different than the other one. So you have to express in a way where you reach something to actually you feel satisfied with.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. And I think after like you defining what is collage art, a lot of viewers right now are curious. They want to get their hands-on experience. So could you walk us through the actual process, like from the beginning, from the idea into the final picture?
Okay, so there are two kinds. There's one kind where you actually have a message to deliver. So if you have the message, you know exactly what kind of pictures you want to show and what kind of feeling you want to give the others. But the other one is intuitive.
Intuitive.
Yes.
Okay.
That one is actually, it's not about the audience. It's about your experience.
Something personal for you?
Yes.
Is it like more like a vision board?
No, it's
Oh, no,
vision
something
board is something
different.
else. It's
Okay.
like vision board, you have goals.
Goals.
Something about the future. But when you go for a collage, it's something you have already inside, an idea or a project or something or a person actually taken.
So are you actively thinking about it on your day-to-day life? Like you're driving, you see something, or is it something you sit down to try to actively think about it?
It's mostly when you actually meditating or actually at your, let's say, peaceful mind. And sometimes when you are the exact opposite.
Yeah.
So you need, let's say, to express. So you go for it and find the pictures that looks, or actually you attract, or let's say they call you.
Yeah.
The pictures that looks like whatever you're going through or you're feeling, and it's mostly from your subconscious. It doesn't go intentionally, I want this picture because I feel this way. It's actually, it's like your autopilot's working. And
Yeah.
by picking the pictures that makes you, after you finish, you see, okay, that was what I was thinking about. So
That's why I think this kind of art is more reliant on talent than on, you know, say practice, because you got to have that vision, right? Like if you don't have that vision, you're not gonna be able to see two pictures and think of another picture. There's no, like, you know, guidelines for it. You know, you got to have the imagination, like you said.
when you say about talent, it's the talent, it's about by arranging the colors or mixing them
Yeah.
together, or the kind of pictures you want to actually, let's say, from a different or a separate or a same era. So when you want to actually express something, it's like you don't think of how you want to show it. And when you want to know about the talent, you can also feed yourself with the pictures and movies and the kind of things that make you more imaginative
Okay.
Yeah.
and help you to express, let's say, a certain emotion that might have a color or a picture or something you can
A
show.
certain feeling on the moment.
Yes. So you mix 2 pictures or 3 pictures to show the feeling. So if someone sees it, if they have the same experience, they would know what you are expressing.
Okay.
Or they might see it from their own experience.
Their own angle.
Yes.
Very lovely.
Yeah.
And since we are talking about like mixing pictures, I used to do like collage art, but not like a physical form. I used to do it like on digital form, like using Photoshop. And I get my resources usually from like the pictures online on Google, you know, different websites. But for you, where do you get your resources to do the college art?
Okay, for the digital art is
I mean,
not
for the college art.
the digital art about the collage or the real art is much easier, and the pictures online are more accessible, and you have a big
Variety,
variety. Yes,
exactly.
exactly. But what got me into digital art is through COVID, I was like unable to get the magazines and pictures. I have limited options, so it made me go to the digital ones. But when you go to the analog or the handmade ones, it's actually the experience makes you feel more into it.
Like more connected.
Yeah, it's more
Yes,
personal.
yes, it's actually the art. What's the beauty about it is more you get more connected to yourself, and you makes you understand yourself.
Okay.
And that's the thing where you, even when you go through the process while cutting or gluing, you can also feel your calm mind where you can see things clearly.
Well, that's, that follows into a question I had in mind, is that because it's such a changing landscape, we don't have as many newspapers and magazines now. How did that affect the art of collage?
Well, I order online or travel, or some people get me from abroad. Yeah, and it didn't affect, to be honest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm grateful that we have a lot of options now.
Yeah.
Even if I don't have a magazine, I can print things and can do them the way I want.
Yeah.
So it's the tools is actually accessible for everyone. It's just how you actually want to practice it.
Yeah,
This
the
is
vision.
something, yes, it's we need a slow hobby.
Yeah.
Like especially like nowadays, everything is going like rapidly fast, you know,
Exactly.
changing.
Yeah, exactly. So when you have a slow hobby, you actually can feel your presence. And that's through collage or maybe planting or cooking or the things that you can do mindfully while
Yeah.
doing them.
And talking about like slow and things going fast, you know, like time is an important element. I remember like one time I spent on Photoshop, like a picture that I was designing. It took for probably like 5 hours.
Yeah.
That was the longest time I ever spent. But for you, what was the longest hour you have spent on a single piece? And what was that piece about?
Okay, so through COVID.
Through COVID
Everything
again.
through COVID.
Yeah, because that
Okay.
was the most intense time. So that time made us all experience time with ourselves. It made us into certain emotions, mostly fear or anxious.
Yeah.
So it took me 3 days for that piece, and it was expressing of the need of liberation. It's like
Like from COVID period.
yes, I'm grateful for that experience, but that was the time where I took more than the usual time, because it's made me feel like I need to reflect more. It's not this. This is not how I feel. I need to understand how I feel about this, and that helped me actually.
And you said that the piece was about liberation. Do all of your pieces like have a story behind them, or some sort of emotions, or sometimes it's just, a thing that
Mostly,
just came
yes.
to you?
Mostly,
Okay.
yeah. Mostly it's about, even if you do it, you experience that. Once you're done, you're gonna see, even if you don't know that you're expressing about something, you will find that it's about a situation going on, a person in your life, or something you've been through that's actually stuck in your subconscious and you don't know how to process it.
Yeah.
It actually helps you to see things in a better way with yourself.
Yeah, I
Sure.
think, I was just gonna say that I think that speaks for all artists, is that, the art is representative of something within them, right? It's something about them and says something about you. And unfortunately, we have to take a quick break, but we'll come back and continue this wonderful interview.
During the break, I'm gonna go to Fatma Instagram account to see the pictures. I'm gonna comment and see if like I was able to get the right picture or the right perspective from your own angle.
Sure.
Take a break and then be back.
And we're back from that break with Fatma AlQallaf, a collage artist. And I do have one question, because I think for a lot of artists, from the ones we've spoken about, we've spoken with, that art is a very personal kind of, hobby and work and whatever you think of it, right? For a lot of artists, once they finish a painting or a drawing or an art piece, they leave it, right? It's like, that's what I said about it, that's it. For some others, they like to go back and change things. So what about you? Where do you fall in those two?
Going back to change is not a thing. It's actually, I think we leave the art as it is when we reach that satisfaction.
Yeah.
So we might go for another piece, but not change in this one because this one is a reflection of an experience. So the idea of going back to that art is actually for recognizing what we've been through and actually knowing how it looks like on the canvas or a paper.
Yeah.
So it's not about changing, it's about just appreciating the phase or the experience.
And also, Abdullah, like I think for college art, like sometimes it could be challenging because you are using glue and you are pasting, and there are some complicated like pieces small, so it can be challenging like to maybe change them from time to time
Yeah.
or to revisit. Sometimes like some pieces they speak curiosity, some of them they speak sadness, some of them they speak joy. So when people see your work, what are the typical perspective they get usually? What kind of feeling?
Okay, so as I said, it's not about the audience, it's more like about your own experience. So when you express yourself, as Luke Rubin was saying, when you express yourself and actually through art show the parts of you wanted to show, it's actually the best thing you can give your audience. So when you someone or an artist actually show how they are, who they are, it's who they are. So I'm not gonna change what I have as a way of expressing to impress someone or show it to someone. I appreciate the comments, which is very beautiful.
Yeah.
But to me, it's my experience, and this is my way. It's like even for some people, they see it as a chaos, and I appreciate that. It reflects something to them, and this is how they view it. But to the artist or someone who experienced the process, it's a different feeling.
Yeah, and I think that reminds me, I'm not sure if it was a Hollywood director or a novelist, but there was some criticism about the ending of the book or the movie. I forgot which medium it was. But then he said that, if I wanted to make that ending, I would have wrote that ending, but I didn't. Because a lot of artists, once when they stop with the art, that's their self-expression. That's the idea. That's the emotion that they had.
And honestly, most artists lie about the meaning of their art.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes they enjoy how people see it and how they perceive it, and they keep it as a secret for themselves.
Like they take the credit and then
It's not about the credit, it's actually the joy of showing the part of you that maybe other people have a different perspective about how they see it.
okay.
So it's like they see a version of you, other people see it in a different way. So that's about how it's the reaction.
The reaction for it. And while you were talking, like I wanted to do some college piece of art, and maybe I should take a workshop. What do you think, Abdel?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, because the closest thing I've come to doing some collage art since I was a kid is doing those Google image things, the squares, where they give you different pictures and you gotta move them.
Move them.
Yeah, that's the closest thing I've come since childhood. So a workshop is definitely in the books, yeah.
And I think also our dear viewers would like to know how they can involve and like participate in taking like a workshop. So are there like any workshop that you provide
Oh,
or
yeah.
courses that you give?
I have the experience workshop.
The experience workshop.
Yes, where
Okay.
they actually can experience it for once. It's one day. And they find themselves knowing that they actually like that kind of art, or they only enjoy the experience, which is both are happening.
Okay.
And those who actually want to learn about the techniques or the way of actually how to create surreal art can go for an advanced one.
For advanced one.
Yes, even the digital ones. The digital ones is like a different kind, and as I said, it's more accessible for people, so it's more enjoyable.
And the best way where they can find this workshop or like ads is like through Instagram
Yeah, it's all on my page.
on your page.
Yes.
Lovely.
So you have experience with teaching this kind of art form to students.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most, biggest obstacle or hurdle that stops them?
Okay, so as I said, it's something that can help you reflect or, let's say, make your mind clearer through things.
Yeah.
So let's say the experience make them more vulnerable sometimes, and sometimes it makes them happy because they actually passed that. And that's what I really enjoy is that most of the time when people are experiencing this collage process, I can see how the true version of them when they were like really young without their triggers and how they are feeling toward whatever outside the
Like
world.
being vulnerable, being transparent,
Yeah.
being open up.
Yes, exactly.
That's really awesome. And talking about some of the pieces, I think you brought some of your own.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I have the digital and the analog
Okay.
ones. The analog is like the handmade.
Okay.
And each piece is like express a different feeling, a different phase, a different. It's like sorry.
Yeah, if you could hold it just beneath the microphone so the camera
okay.
can get a better view at it.
It's like it's a way of expression.
Okay, let's Abdullah, how about this challenge? We're gonna guess what's the picture about. I think for the first one, it's like a mix between tradition and culture.
I think for me, it's about being yourself.
Okay.
Am I close?
Okay. So to me, it's like being open and having clearer vision.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because she's all in black and
that's
white.
black and white.
Yes, and,
Yeah.
and only her eyes are like in colors, which makes her see things maybe clearer or better
From
way.
her own perspective.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yeah, and I have this one, which is make me curious if you feel like how you see it.
Oh, okay.
This
Maybe.
one, it's like a free mind, probably. Like your mind is like growing with the plants, you know, and the more you feed it, the better it become.
What about you, Abdullah?
Well, I think it's about. So it depends if those are bad plants or good plants. Because if it was bad plants, then maybe it's about the idea that your mind is like plants and grows based on the kind of ideas that you pour into, right?
Okay, I love both actually. It's actually about the creative thinking.
Oh, okay.
Creative thinking.
Yes, it's also growing, as you said. It's about mostly plants reflects into something nourishing and better.
Fruitful.
Yes, greener. Yes.
Yes.
So it's an expression of opening their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have also this one. It's like
And I think something that the audience might not get a clear view at is that how textured it is, right? Because you can feel the layers of all of those art pieces, like, you know.
The contrast.
Yeah.
And even you don't have to glue it all. You can have your pieces like
Yeah.
in more than one dimension.
And that's why I think, you know, having tangible art is superior to anything digital.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Because we appreciate our senses.
Yeah.
So when we cut and paste, we actually can hear the scissor cutting and we can feel the texture of the papers. And that makes you more into living in the moment and enjoy the experience more.
Yeah.
And talking about appreciation, do you find like appreciation here for the art of collage, like around the community?
Oh, yes, I do. And I see people are more getting into knowing more about this because it actually teaches them about themselves more. And it's like reaching the level of self-reflection. Sometimes we do actually have self-reflection, but sometimes we don't. So it actually can teach people how to find the way to reflect.
Yeah. And speaking of reflection, I know that which is ironical because collage art is basically mixing, but I know a lot of artists like to mix, you know, mediums and everything. Have you tried exploring other mediums?
Yes, I did, but I didn't find myself with it.
Okay. What have you tried though?
I've tried paint and drawing, and actually I'm in the process of learning more about building my skills about drawing to actually mix these two things together.
Yeah.
And I have so many ideas in my head, but what I didn't enjoy is the mixed media. It's not my thing. I appreciate the papers more.
Yeah.
And I love the texture of the paper and how I can actually change about it.
Okay, and if there was like no limit, okay, no limitations, and a bounty of time, what one dream project you would like to work on?
Well, I have few in my mind.
Okay.
It's more like not the art itself, more like how people actually view it. Let's say within their experience, their art, not mine. I have the idea of transferring both analog into digital at the same piece. So this is for me as
Like from physical to digital?
yes, it's not from physical to digital. You actually look at a digital one, and you can view it through your device or whatever.
Okay.
That transfers into animation.
Animation,
Yeah.
like moving
Yeah.
pieces.
Yes.
Ah, that's really creative.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is it like those clip art books? or is that what it's called? The books where you open every page and then it has different kind of stories and different kind of shapes.
I'm not sure if I've seen, but it looks like it's like a solid picture, and then it's like you can scan something, and it actually
Yeah.
tells you the story or the movement of the.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I got it. Because I remember seeing one art piece. I'm not sure if it was on TV or internet or whatever, but it had a thread or a habit, as we call it in Arabic. And then when you pull the thread, the art piece changes because it was made up of so many different layers.
Yeah.
It's still paper, it's still
Okay,
drawings.
yeah.
But you pull this and the art piece changes within the
Give you a
moment.
different picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of artists doing that. It's like a movement, but it's actually something physical.
Yeah.
The paper changes color, so it actually gives a different texture for the background or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like a moving galaxy behind, while actually just moving one piece by your hand. And
Yeah.
that's But what I'm talking about is transferring this this physical one into digital, where it actually can actually have the animation.
Yeah.
And have you started like on doing that, like on that process, or yet?
I've
still coming?
I've done that separately, not combined them yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
Okay.
And for someone who's trying to be new in this kind of art piece, for someone in the audience right now who's seen this episode, they like doing collage and they have the vision for it, how can they start? Are there any places to go to?
If they like to attend to my workshops, they are more than welcome.
Yeah.
Other than that, they can learn how to actually expand their imagination by looking at the pictures and the imaginative movies that can enhance their imagination.
Yeah.
That can help them to actually know how to create a contrast between the pictures and how to actually know how to express, and a little bit about their inner world with giving colors and pictures to the feelings or the thought they want to express.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And I hope for the upcoming workshop, if I wanted to attend, I hope that you have a lion picture, because in all my pictures, I like to have a lion.
I do.
And I hope also you have like some alpha male.
I imagine the variety I have in my workshop is extraordinary.
For every character,
Oh,
for
yes.
every.
Because mashallah, I've been working like for 5 years now, and I've been exposed to so many people, and the difference between each person is amazing, and that's bringing me curiosity. And each workshop, I find a different ask or let's say a request about things. So the variety is non-stoppable.
And I think that's the beauty of working with students, even as an artist, is because you get to, see all of those visions and all of those ideas come to life.
It's actually more like how they perceive it and how they want to express
And
it.
how they express themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And talk about expressing yourself. I think you really express yourself in a beautiful way. Okay, the questions that we were asking, and also like the interaction of your answers, they made a beautiful collage interview. I think so. So thank you so much for joining us, Fatma AlQallaf, collage artist, for enlightening us about the journey of how to become a college artist and what does that art meaning. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Mirzog, and thank you, Abdullah.
Thank you. And that was all of the time we've had with Fatma AlQallaf. We'll take a quick break and we'll come right back. And with that, we've reached the end of today's episode of The Untold. Unfortunately, that was all of the time we've had with Fatma AlQallaf. That was an amazing episode.
It was really indeed like learning about college art was really beautiful, and I think that our life is like a college art. We cut the pieces that we want to put in it, and we cut the pieces that we don't like or that doesn't resonate with us, and we
Yeah.
left it out of the picture.
Yeah, and honestly, for such a light-hearted episode, Fatma said something really profound about collage arts that from afar away, it represents us, right?
Yes.
Humans, people look gorgeous, look beautiful from so far away, but once you get really closer, you discover the flaws, you discover all the cracks within the details. And that's collage art, basically. It was such an amazing metaphor.
Of course, I love the metaphor, I love the art, and doing a collage art is really beautiful, but the most important collage art is your life, because your life is your own decisions. You are responsible for all the elements in this picture. If you don't like it, have the courage to change it, and if you like it, have the courage to keep it. Until next time, work on your own piece of collage art. See you later.